Hello, this message is for someone who is in a big project with someone else, okay? So this project could be having kids, or this project could be starting a business, or this project could be building a house. I'm getting the significant other vibes, okay? So whoever this person is probably your significant other, your partner, and you guys started some kind of big life project thing together that they initiated. Okay, I'm getting strongly that this person pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed for this, but now that it's happening, they're being extremely difficult to deal with. They're being very problematic, uncooperative, and just difficult, and they are not being a team player. And it's almost sometimes like they're you feel like they're sabotaging the whole project. Okay, so not only are they not being a team player, they're making it hard for you to do well at this and for this to go well. So you're very confused and you're very overwhelmed and you're at a loss of what's even going on. Whenever you try to confront them, they get really fighty, not in a way that breeds understanding, but in a defensive way that breeds um, resentment and distance between you. So here's what's going on. They no longer want what they initiated. They wanted it for the wrong reasons, is what I'm getting. They wanted it maybe for clout, or maybe to prove something to themselves or someone else. But it wasn't really about you, and it wasn't really about the things it should actually be about. So say it's a house, and they insisted they wanted to build this house from scratch. It was not for the right reasons. It was to show something to someone else, to make a point to someone else, okay? And so now that they're in the depths of the work, which is hard, okay, and is taxing and it takes a lot, now they're not in for it. They just don't like it. They're feeling trapped by the whole situation, and they're conveniently, I'm not gonna say forgetting, they're conveniently acting as if they forgot they're the ones who pushed for this to begin with. You were interested in this, but you weren't pushing for this to happen as soon as it did, or, it's such a big scale as it did, whatever it is. They kind of convince you to go for this at this moment in time, or to go for this in this capacity. So you're very confused and you feel really, I'm getting like destabilized. You feel destabilized by this person's behavior and also by the weight of the responsibility of this project you're both involved in, and that they suddenly act like they're bailing on you is what I'm getting. They're regularly bailing. They're not showing up. They're not doing their part, and you feel like overloaded by their responsibility because you didn't intend to get on this by yourself. Whatever this project is, you didn't want to do this on your own. You would have only done this in a partnership, and you only felt secure to do it because this person seems so committed and into it. But now it's like they did a 180, and now they don't seem committed at all. They don't seem into it at all. They actually seem to be sabotaging the whole thing, and you don't know how to deal with it. Well, here's the message that's coming through, is that this is a lesson for you on doing things according to your own inner guidance. So if you weren't ready, I guess your lesson is you shouldn't have given in, because there were reasons you were having doubts, and the doubts were about the person and not the thing. Okay, so this is in a way, this is your intuition being confirmed, whether you're looking at it this way or not. This is kind of confirming that gut feeling you had that you sort of ignored, that this person was not ready. Maybe you didn't know how to interpret this gut feeling. Maybe you thought it was your own insecurities or fears, but it wasn't. It was your gut telling you this person is not the right fit, and they're not ready, and they're coming at it from the wrong place, which is, I'm getting the biggest issue here is this person did this or got into this or pushed you to get into this with them for the wrong reasons. So it all quickly came, down on them, that it was not what they expected it to be, because they wanted it more of a show. What I'm getting is this person wanted to show something to someone else, to maybe a group, to maybe their circle. They wanted to prove something through engaging in this, through getting into this project with you. And once they got the accolades, which I'm getting is like the initial congratulations of when you start something like this, that it's like the high went away, And then reality set in of how much work this is, and they don't resonate with the work. They don't feel passionate about putting this work in that it's going to take to get this done. So it seems like a really long-term commitment. That's why I thought maybe it would be kids or a business, or you're building a house, something that takes a long time, a lot of work, a lot of commitment, and they're just not here for it. And instead of communicating that to you clearly and taking responsibility, they rather boycott the whole thing and push you to leave and sort of ruin the project so they can blame you for it, and they can continue to play good guy or good girl in this. Okay, this is a person who cares too much about their image and too little about their experience or the experience of anyone else involved with them. So everything they tend to do is to sort of prove things to their circle or project a certain image. So it happens to them often that they get into things that once they're in them, they don't enjoy, they don't like, and they check out and bail. This is actually a pattern in their lives. You might have not noticed, but if you give it enough thought and you've known this person long enough, and you think about things you've heard about them or things they've told you, things that have happened to them, maybe everything will start making a lot more sense once you realize this about them. The thing is, for you right now, you sort of have to cut your losses, or this person's going to keep making you feel worse and worse and worse. And what really sucks about it too is they're trying to set you up so you're the one who walks away, so then it can be blamed on you whether this works out or not. Okay, this is kind of a giant manipulation. But if you're able to stand your ground and own that you are committed and that is their choice, they might be forced to, walk away themselves, which is the other option that I see that's going to happen here. But in the meantime, they're going to try and keep making things really impossible, so you're the one that does that first. This is almost like a waiting game where they're waiting for you to flip out and not be able to take what they're putting you through anymore and just bail, so then they can be like, well, she or he bailed. Okay, so if you keep it real though and you call them out for their behavior, they might not be able to take it and they might just leave themselves. And then maybe you can either own this project on your own, or you can, find a new partner to do this project with. Either way, this person is not in it for the long haul. At this point, this message is to try and protect you from the more turmoil they're going to put you through if you continue to engage in the way you have. And so you understand what their motivations are. I know it's not the nicest message, but hopefully it helps somebody.